What's up? I'm Troubleshoot. Last week Thursday, the MetaShift update released, and in this video, I'll be showing you a full breakdown of how to complete Dome, get all the valuable loot, and more. So without further ado, let's begin. This is Dome. Usually, on the very top, you'll find 3 military crates, making it a fantastic place to visit. I'll show you the path to get through it just now. If we enable X-ray and have a look through it, you'll also see scattered within are a few normal crates, as well as sometimes some diesel as well, right down here. Then, further down at the dome, there's even more crates, followed by, as well, another military crate right inside over here. With the majority of the inside of the dome complete, at the very bottom, you'll usually find tons of oil barrels, normal barrels, some boxes, and of course, an oil refinery, as well as, on one of the outside buildings, another oil refinery right here. Now, the newest part about Dome is that it now has a green card as well. So, you've got the usual silos across to the side, which are used for getting down, and of course a couple more barrels, sometimes boxes, but most importantly, you'll find, I don't think it's a brand new building per se, but there's 2 more buildings on the outside here. The first one has a green card door at it and connected by, yet again, another wire all the way across to another small building just over here. Inside of here, you've got yourself a fuse box and a switch. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and run through this to see everything we can get. Starting off, while you're underneath Dome and running around it, you won't necessarily need Rad Protection. However, to enter the actual Dome itself, you'll need at least 10 Rad Protection. So, that's a hazmat suit, or of course, great for early game players, you can use some basic clothes and a piece of wooden armor. 3 pieces, plus 1, a chest plate, or something similar. Starting from the very bottom, there's a bit of loot to collect down here. Usually you'll find a box, sometimes 2 spawning, and of course, in the same area, a ton of red barrels and sometimes normal barrels. And nearby, one of these, which when opened, inside you'll find an oil refinery. Fantastic place to turn crude oil into just low-grade and charcoal. There you have it. If we come up, before we head into this busy section to actually get up, having a look over here to the green card loot and electrical puzzle, inside of this building here, you can see a fuse box. Grabbing yourself a green card and a fuse, you can place the fuse inside, then head outside of this building and just around the backside where you'll find this switch. Turn it on and follow the wires to the other building right over there. Right here, you're able to swipe, and just inside you'll find 2 crates, usually a diesel barrel, a recycler, and of course a blue card and a basic fragment. Fantastic place to come, and of course, once the fuse expires, or alternatively, the switch is turned off, you'll be locked inside. You can use this button to open the door from the inside, even if there's no power. It's a great, safe place to come and scrap, although do keep in mind, people outside can hear you. They can't shoot in, which is fantastic. Picking up the diesel barrel, let's make our way up this building. To begin your ascent, make your way over to this side of the building. Right next to it, you'll find this pipe to head up, and a small building right next to it, which has the second oil refinery. There you go. Just underneath this, you'll usually find a barrel or 2, and assuming you have clothing on to protect you from the rats, you can head up the pipe onto this broken pipe here, where you'll find a box usually spawning below you. If you wish to loot this, you can hop onto the fence and crouch jump your way up, jumping across to this staircase, heading up to your right. Be aware that someone might be sitting over here in the bushes, ready to catch you off guard. If we head across here and up this, you'll sometimes find a barrel or 2 spawning somewhere on this, though they're usually a lot more difficult to get to. And at the very top, you'll see a camera, which is one of the ways that people can see what's going on here. We'll get there just now. On top here, you'll again usually find a great camping spot is over here in this bush. Again, you'll be very hidden, or alternatively, if you climb up this pole here, you can usually get a bit of height, making it even more difficult to spot you. Setting up here, having a look from the third person, you can barely see me up here, which makes it a great spot to camp and catch people off guard on their way up and sometimes on their way back down. Once we head inside here, there's a couple of different places where we can get loot on all 3 or so levels. Starting off, when you come in, you'll find a ladder that takes you up to here. Usually, there's a box and sometimes a few barrels. If you head across, down here, making your way down towards the bottom center of this giant dome, you'll again find a box down here and sometimes a barrel on a platform here, which requires you to drop onto it from above. Very difficult and not usually worth it at all. Then, once you make your way back up, while we're still on this lower platform, you can head across to this pipe right over here. We can jump onto the railing and cautiously jump our way across. Sprint jumping is usually the best here. All the way to here, once more, and we can grab this box. If you fall down, it's not necessarily a death sentence, but it's pretty dangerous, especially from this spot, as there's a hole right below you. Jumping across and all the way back. While you think you can jump, usually you can, though just make sure you get all the way to the very edge here, otherwise you definitely won't make it. Alternatively, for a safer route, you can also jump across to this, which is almost the same jump, though at least I've seen a lot more success from it. Then you can jump over and back to here. Relatively unknown, and this crate used to spawn on one of these arms that led up, but now it's in this spot here. So make sure to check this, as it might be unknown to most players after this update. You can head across here and out, where immediately to your left, you'll find barrels to hop up. Once you jump up here and make your way onto this platform, use the ladder, climbing up here, you'll be able to head across and then either down or onto the railing and jump across to the higher section here. And again, you'll be making your way all the way across to this section here. Now, usually this is pretty safe. Over to this skill jump. You can jump onto this lower pole here, jump up across the pipe, and across here again. Once you head across the pipes and jump across once more, you're heading continuously anti-clockwise around the dome, all the way to this thin pipe you'll be walking across, all the way across here, to another section where you can head in. Once you head in here, you'll find a possible diesel barrel spawn, a couple more boxes, and a platform leading across where the skill jump used to be. You can make your way across and grab this box here before continuing your way up. Another box up here, and finally at the very top, there's usually a box or barrel that spawns up here. Now from the very top here, you'll usually find a barrel spawn, and I think sometimes a diesel spawn. Make your way up all the way until you find yourself on top of the dome. At the very top, you'll find these 3 military crates, which are fantastic to get, though keep in mind this is a very popular spot for minicopters to fly over and loot, as it's super safe to do so, at least most of the time. For example, when flying a mini here, the safest place to land it is usually right over here, just in front of the staircase. It's incredibly easy to set down on. Just like that, you can loot the boxes and get out of here. Finally, on the other side, you can head down this ladder onto this spot right here, where sometimes there's a diesel spawn and a barrel spawn, another barrel there, all the way across and start making your way down. While you can go down the same way you came up, it's usually a better idea to take this way down instead of the original way down, as it's basically impossible to get your way up this way, making it quite a bit safer. Once you head down onto this lower platform, you'll head onto this ring over here, which you'll need to very carefully tread all the way across, following the dome all the way until you eventually reach this spot here where you can drop down. There's a bar holding up this lower platform. You can drop onto that, onto the lower platform, and then you can either head across to this section we climbed earlier and head down here, or you can drop into this lower bar and onto this lower piece. It's a little bit difficult to spot, as you can see here. So we'll jump down here, then we'll jump down again onto this, and we can make our way left here, and we can either drop down onto this pole below us, taking a small bit of damage, or alternatively, we can run across here and drop down here, taking much less. Running back on ourselves, past the barrels we hopped up earlier, you can drop down onto this section here, though make sure you drop close so you don't hurt yourself. Then further on, dropping down into the railing here, and just like that, you finish dome. Once you're on this lower piece, you can finally drop onto these lower silos and collect the last bit of loot before making your way out of here. Now, if you've got faith in yourself and you want a quick way down dome, there's actually a super easy way. As you can see, there are 2 pipes that come out the top of the center of the dome, and these pipes head all the way across the side and all the way down towards the front entrance. This is the quick way down. Currently, there's a ton of vegetation grown over it, making it quite a bit more hidden than it used to be. Essentially, what you can do is use the right pipe when you're heading down it to push against as you fall, and it'll actually slow you down enough that when you eventually reach the bottom over here, you won't take any damage. Sounds a bit crazy, but let me prove it to you. From the very top, I'll walk down this walkway and jump over it towards these 2 pipes here. Super simple, I'll jump down onto it and I won't take any damage. I'm currently at 54 HP and taking any damage wouldn't be the best thing in the world. So simply just walking down gingerly until we reach this section here, it's pretty much just a free fall all the way down. Here are the pipes that we crossed over earlier. What we can do is stand right over here and hold right to push us into this right pipe. We'll essentially look at it at about roughly this angle here, probably 45 degrees parallel from dome. We can then help off, push back, and hold right all the way until we reach the very bottom. Now, you might think that I've got God mode turned on, but if I just jump off the edge here, splat, you can see I took damage. Previously testing this, trying to record it, a boar attacked me. But yeah, that's actually crazy. Again, from the top, I'll just jump over here, make our way down to the section here. If you happen to fall down the center, it's fine. You can jump your way up and just holding right, there you go. It's as easy as that. It's actually not difficult at all. It's just a bit difficult to show with all the vegetation. Actually crazy. Having a look at our spoils from Dome, this is what I got on one single run, minus the hazmat and the salvaged hammer. So all of this, not bad. Let's scrap all of the scrappable resources. So with all of the usual scrappable components scrapped, I got 520 almost scrap, 60 high qual, and 330 metal, making this a fantastic place to come visit. Not to mention, I haven't recycled most of the stuff here. A couple of diesel barrels is great, a basic fragment, an airdrop which was super lucky, and that's that. So, some actual pretty good things came out of this. Back to Dome's cameras. In order to actually use these, you can plonk down or find a computer station, get in it, and you can use the code DOME1 and DOME TOP to see both the ramp up and a view of the top of the dome so you can see if things have respawned without even needing to leave your base. And with that, you now know everything you need to know about the brand new dome. So, hopefully you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. My name's been Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.